What did you do at the weekend?
Not a lot.
What did you do at the weekend?
I sat in soft play for 2 hours and then lost the will to live.
So what did you do at the weekend, mate?
Give it to me like.
Next on Northern Monkey Tuning TV.
We've only got 4 compadres though. We're not calling them partners or...
Compadres.
We're calling them compadres. They're not partners or sponsors or anything like that. You're a compadre.
Okay.
Right, today we are joined by Simon from Ceen Auto, which is a social media app, which he's going to tell you all about it.
What
Tell
now?
us all about you now. Go.
Right now. Yeah, it's a social media app.
You're on Dragon's Den, sell it to me.
All right. Sell it to us. Yeah, I guess about 4 or so years ago, we're thinking about what the car community is doing, and forums dying and Facebook sort of taking over, and I think getting slightly annoyed at like that they don't give you anything back, you know, Facebook or Instagram, they're not turning up at meets, taking all this advertising revenue, and I thought there's got to be a way of getting some of that money back into the community. And yeah, the idea of Ceen was born, and then a year and a half ago we started building it, launched it last August, and then we're here.
Cool.
It's happening, just about.
It's just about, so you're still excited, still buzzing about it, still building on it, obviously, so it is a new thing.
No.
But what's it, so you're saying bringing it back to the community, but what I get from it, as a member on it, is I can get to see what all my mates are doing and what everybody else is doing, but just on the cars.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing what the dog's auntie's cat's doing on a weekend. I'm seeing about his car or Kai's car or Cole's car. I mean, I see them all the time anyway, but you know what I mean? It's that thing. It's only cars that you get to put on it.
Yeah.
If you put on that it's David Hasselhoff's birthday, I'm assuming you're going to get told off.
Yeah, he might get a bit told off. I don't know, he likes cars, doesn't he? If it's got a picture of Kit in it.
Okay, fair enough.
No, yeah, that's it. I think like when you're on social media these days, you're looking through like what Dave's missus had for dinner, and like 10,000 pictures of someone's kid and stuff. Now that's got a place, you know. You're interested in that, but if you are really wanting to look at car stuff or bike stuff, you have to sift through all that crap.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, let's give a place. And I guess the second part of it is because these groups and these social platforms are like generic, there's no real like features.
Yeah.
So like you can't look in someone's garage on Ceen, you can have a look in someone's garage.
Okay,
And that's
yeah,
like
see what everybody's car's got and what's going off and everything else. Cool.
a bit more bespoke.
Sounds. Any other interesting features on the app? that people can get involved in?
Yeah, I mean, we're building all the time, you know, like I think you know, I've spoke to you about it, but it's like we're in bedrooms at the minute, you know, Sunday evenings, Monday evenings trying to build it. So, I mean, we're open, you know, if someone wants us to build something, we'll build it. But yeah, I mean, we've got some plans for like how to connect people. Like at the minute, like you go to a show and you'll see like a car.
Yeah.
Car's mint. How's he done that? Where did he get this part from? Oh, well, his name's John and he's walking around the show somewhere. It's like, well, how'd you get in touch with John? Maybe he's got an Instagram sticker on it.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to build a feature that will like, oh, you were in the vicinity of this person.
Yeah.
Why don't you connect to them if you want to talk? You know,
yeah,
like,
I like that.
yeah,
Sounds good.
exclusive.
Cool. I assume you can get the app everywhere on
Apple and Android.
And all that rubbish.
Yeah, so future of the app, I think like we're open to what it is. You know, we want to build features and stuff that the community wants, but we've got some big ideas. So I spoke about that, connecting people. That's one of the big things. Like we're going to build groups, we're going to build clubs. You know, we want to have a place where people have the features that they want. So like people do these things on groups where it's like, oh, you can post a picture on this specific post, and then we'll hunt through all of these pictures to have like the banner. Well, we can build that. You know, that's pretty easy to build. Just like have a poll, this person wins straight to the top. You know, I think one of the big things that we don't really want to do is algorithms. You know, there's a lot of stuff happening in the world at the minute where like influencers just get pride of place, and that's great. You know, like you've got like people that are driving around in supercars and everyone likes that. But is that what the car community is all about? I think there's someone somewhere that's probably putting a high booster engine in a Talbot Sunbeam. You know, I'm interested to see that sort of stuff. And I don't think it's fair that if you get 3 likes in 13 seconds that you go up above everyone else. So that's it. No algorithms. We're going to do some pretty cool stuff with filtering. So you can choose the content that you can see rather than us choosing the content that you want to see. And yeah, I mean, there's a list as long as my arm. It's just finding the time and the people to build it.
But it's still a learning thing. I know I mentioned to you when you first set up is, how can I stick a video on there? And that wasn't even ready yet. Yeah. So you'll say, all right, okay, let's work out how to do that. And now you can stick videos on there. Like we can stick a YouTube link on there for all that, or any videos that you want. And
that's just cost saving, to be honest. You know, like I think when Instagram came out, you'll see what we've done. If you remember when it came out, Instagram was very square.
Yeah.
All the images were square, and that's where we are. But we are building a way to have different size images. Yeah, make it sexy. Yeah, because it's hard to shoot photos square all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got search being built.
Okay.
Obviously we need to do tagging and stuff like that as well. Yeah, loads of stuff happening. It's just, you know, I want to be honest with people. It is literally me, another guy. We're financing it. I've got the ideas, and one other guy that's doing the work. And then we've got a couple of mates that we beg, borrow and steal from that have some time, but you know, they'll be like, yeah, I'll do it, and then a month later they've not.
Yeah, it's hard when you're asking for favours to build something cool. What shows you at this year?
We've just done Ultimate Dubs.
Yep.
That was fun. First stand we've ever had at a big show, really, like indoor show. We're then doing Auto Culture. We're in talks with Edition Reloaded. Okay. And obviously you guys.
Yeah.
We're doing the Mark 1 Golf Owners Club.
Accelerate 2024.
Now, it'll be a good show, that.
Yeah.
Yours was the first show, actually, that we gave a trophy away. We did the Unseen Award, didn't we? Which was called another... I guess this is a difference, right? We talk about it as an app, but the app is a means to building stuff in the community.
Yeah, meeting the people that exist and what cool cars have got, essentially.
So that, at the Accelerate show last year, there's a guy with a Mini in the car park, wasn't there? And we were like, well, he's getting a trophy for not putting his car in the thing. It's the Unseen Award. And he didn't believe it, did he?
No,
Red eyes.
You're absolutely gobsmacked. I mean, why this Mini were parked in the normal car park as opposed to the show one were beyond us, which is why they did the Unseen Ceen trophy. So all the cool cars that were in there, I mean, that, like I said, that Mini were out of this world. And he had hardest thing was actually finding him after he'd won it. But then, absolutely gobsmacked that he'd won anything, really.
He said he heard his reg and he was like, I don't believe it.
Yeah, thought he had to get it moved.
Yeah. He'd only had the car like a week and a half as well. So he was like, we went and found him, and I think we stood next to his car and he turned up and he was like, but it's a cool thing to do, you know, like it should have never been parked out there.
No.
But equally, if I went to a show, all my cars are shit, but if I went to a show, I swore, didn't I?
No, it don't matter. You can get away with one, I think, in a video car.
If I went to a show and I'd put my car out there and someone was like, you won a trophy, it'd be cool, you know, like
100%.
If it deserved it, and I think it did, you know. That,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Proper.
Absolutely. I assume you can get the app everywhere on
Apple and Android
and all that rubbish.
Yeah.
We'll stick it in the link below. Don't know why I'm pointing downwards.
Is that where it is?
Probably.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, it's in here. It's in there. Like and subscribe. Enjoy. Hope you've enjoyed seeing. Have a look. Check him out, please, because it is a cool app. No doubt about that. We're all on it, so you can get to see what we're up to with us, all us builds. So we constantly put stuff on there. But yeah, it's cool. Thanks very much.
So what's the engine in the boot?
Porsche thought it was a good idea. Or VW thought it was an idea first, because they built the Beetle and they built a Porsche afterwards. Because they were mates, weren't the Porsche and VW. And whoever designed them, we all know who designed them, I just don't want to say it because he wasn't a very nice man who made the people's car to start off with, was he? The engine is in the boot, and so is everything else. The radiator's in the front, so there's big tubes and things, and everything else that goes with it. So it's in for an MOT and a service. we've found some bits and bobs that's wrong with it. Came in with a horrendous rattly, scrapey noise, which when I've done the exciting videography bit of pouring oil into an oil filler cap, I'll show you what the noise was. So, to put oil in, belt's already off, so it's a bit like opposite what you have on a normal car program where they go into some sketchy stuff to show you how to do it. So, belt's already off. Audible rattling noise, so it's a case of then we spin these pulleys and see if we can hear anything. And it's obviously that one, but there's a little bit in that one as well. So good practice. Definitely changing that one, obviously, but we're going to change all 3 auxiliary pulleys. We've already done alternator at some point in its life, and all others are all right. They're all on order from Porsche, and they're coming tomorrow. So as you can see, there's not a lot to see with all the plastic covers that's all underneath it. Suspension stuff's pretty standard stuff, really. Obviously bigger brakes because of the power that it produces, drilled and grooved discs and everything. And the engine, as we've already said, is at the back. 6-cylinder. We've already done the spark plugs, but found an issue with the coil packs, which I'll just go grab you now. Wherever I've put them. Which are here. See how they're all starting to split round the mounting points and down there. So they're all right at the moment, still running on 6 at the moment, but for the cost of what they are and the labour it takes to get them off already, you might as well do them now as opposed to wait for it to misfire and then we have to start re-diagnosing which cylinder it is that's gone down and mess about that way. So he's doing the right thing, doing it as a preventative, and they're on order as well. I bought a Mazda RX8 that's got an hole in its bonnet. This thing is proof that you shouldn't go on eBay and Facebook Marketplace when you're drunk looking at cars. Because I bought it, obviously, because it's here. But they've got rid of the Wankel engine that's unreliable and put in a big Chrysler V8 that's unreliable. So we bought it as a project that's nearly there, ready to go on road. And if the guy was going to put this on road, it must be mental because it's a death trap. So basically they've thrown it in from about 40 yards away, and where it's landed is where they've bolted it in. So we're going to make it right and make it cool, because it is cool. I mean, it's as daft as MX5 at the end of the day, but it is cool. But there's like, yeah, it needs ripping out and completely starting again. They've just chopped and, yeah, it's just horrendous. When we get it on lift, I'll show you how bad it is. But
It's a bag of shite.
yeah, it's a bag of shite. When someone's got normal hose pipe on the car as a water pipe, you know it's shite. But when you get it on recovery truck and it sounds all V8 and it's dark and you, oh, look how cool this is, yeah, let's get it. And then you then see it in daylight. Yeah. But when it's done, it will be cool, because you can go to Japanese meets and upset all purists because you've got an American engine in it. And you can go to American meets and upset them all because you've got an American engine in your Japanese car. But hate is a good thing for social media, because when you're all over the place and go, what are you chuffing how you done that for? We've done it because it's cool, and it will be cool eventually if we get time.
So what do we need to do to it?
Everything out. So engine's coming out, strip it back, make it clean, make it tidy. Interior out, rip it out, because why do you need alt back seats and everything else? So we'll probably go bare shell race car type feel to it. Might even take alt suspension off and completely rip it back, make sure all that's good and fresh and new, stick it on a spit so it's all sorted. There's like rust on sills that want sorting out if we're doing it right. So yeah, big strip down first, which, yeah, I don't want one of the dropping that on my toes.
So that's one project.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to me about this?
Yes, this is my special child, we'll call it. Just a bog standard 1.6 MX5 that we bought as an MOT failure. We do love it to bits, believe it or not. You might not look it. Took it to Accelerate 2022, first year that we did it, and everyone that were there got the opportunity to sign the car, make the mark on the day, which I absolutely love. That has made the car for me. Obviously, we've had another year after that, which people started drawing out black bits when I didn't want them to, naughty them. Between 2022 and 2023, I cut all out of this bonnet as well, and a big honking supercharger stuck out at front like Mad Max, because I've always wanted a car that had a supercharger sticking out at front. I also then melted a piston and broke the other three as well in the process, because believe it or not, sticking a supercharger on a stock engine damages the engine. That is now fully forged and up there, so it needs obviously putting back in again. So it's full works engine, and we're going away from supercharger and going turbocharger. Still sticking out at bonnet though, because that's cool. So this is my MX5 engine. Low compression pistons, which are in the, can't really see out of pistons. They're Wiseco, fully forged obviously. Forged rods, ARP studs, King Racing Performance bearings as well, so it's strong. We're looking at, I mean, supercharger doubled horsepower. We've got just over 200 horsepower. I'd like 220 comfortably. We'll obviously have to bed engine in first before we go stupid power, but I'd be happy if we ran 220 and everything else. Heads obviously all been redone, new valves, skin pressure check, blah blah blah. So it's brand new essentially. Even though we melted the piston and damaged the others, the block was saved, which is an absolute marvel in itself. He hasn't sent me the... Oh, yeah, he has. Melty boy. So I've done well there, really. And this is on way back, front motorist. Or on way to motorist, should I say. On its second trip out after supercharging it. Did that. And also cracked that one. And also, yeah. Cracked that one too. And I cracked that one as well, but he needed that one to measure it up and everything. That's another project on top of his other project on top of his other project. Yeah, when it all gets put back in, I might even do sexy and paint the engine and mess about with all that type of thing. We'll have to see. I really just want to get it in and get it running, obviously. But yeah, this is what you have to do if you want to run silly power in a little engine, essentially. You can't just strap things to your car and expect them to run and get stage 3 power and all that type of thing. It don't work. You have to do this to get big power. And at the end of the day, doubling horsepower on a car, on a stock internals, it's gonna do that to your engine. Yeah, we'll do a little bit more on rebuild and things. Yeah, that's enough for me. Bye!
Next on Northern Monkey Tuning TV.